up, y'all? Welcome back to Reviews for the Homies. This is my review of the album Humblest Pleasures by Turnover.
Room is out, poppin' perkies, poppin' pillies, she a loser now. It's so loud she cannot hear me when I'm moving now. Left for more than just a damn fame. She says she'll turn me to a poppy of a champagne cruising now. Jesus Christ,
Alright, so Humblest Pleasures by Turnover. This is not a hip hop album, actually. This is an emo album. I'm doing this due to special request. Yeah, so I'll get right into it. First thing I noticed about this album, it is stupid short, like ridiculously short. This album is 2 songs, so it's really an EP, but they don't call it an EP; they just call it an album. And even for an EP, this is short. An EP is at least 3, mainly 4 or 5 songs though. So only 2 songs. The songs, are on the longer end. I will say one's 3 minutes and 24 seconds. The other's 5 minutes 6 seconds. So it ends up, a little over an 8-minute album. So yeah, it's very short. First thing first. Second, this is very much an emo album or emo pop. I've heard other or I guess maybe pop punk if you want to say that. I've heard a decent amount of other kind of pop up bands. Story So Far, which actually after I finished listening to this project on Spotify, next song it played was a Story So Far song. So and I really like Story So Far a lot. So Story So Far kind of reminds me of can't think of the name of the band, but if I remember, I'll put it up in the on the corner of the screen. But yeah, it reminds me of typical pop punk or / emo music I've heard before. So first thing first, when I started listening to this, the first vibe it kind of gave me, if I'm being honest, was coffee shop music. Like if I went to a cool a little hipster coffee shop, whatever, this would be playing in the background. This is every song I've heard play in the background at a coffee shop. Something chill, nice. You could bob your head to it if you want it, or it could be complete just background music. Nice guitar, singing, everything like that. Very smooth. It's not something that commands a lot out of you. You don't have to be fully focused or fully engaged, or it doesn't force you to listen, which is typically the type of music I do like. Something that forces me to focus on something that commands control of my mind, my heart, my body. Whereas with this, it doesn't do that, and I actually like that though. I like that this is something that I could just throw on whatever. I like that this is something I could play in the car with anybody. Most of the music I listen to, I gotta be careful who's in the car with me. Because I'm playing with there, it can really offend some people, or whatever. This is something I could just, like I said, it's almost coffee shop music. I could just throw this on whatever. Once again, I'm not saying it's bad by saying coffee shop music. Not at all. It's something that could just be part of the atmosphere that people can enjoy. So into the specific song. So the first song is Humblest Pleasures. I like this song. It's cool. It's not something I'll necessarily go back to this song, but I like the song. It's cool. This is the one that gave me probably the most coffee shop vibe. This is the one that was able to kind of get in my head the most or whatever, and just kind of chill. The second song, Change Irreversible, it's not my favorite. I don't really like the instrumentals of that too much. It doesn't capture me whatsoever. And it's the longer one too. So yeah, that one didn't do it for me. But I thought the first song, Humblest Pleasures, the title track, was actually not bad. Like I said, there's just not too much for me to say because I don't typically listen to this type of music. I do listen to emo heavily, but I listen to either some emo metal or emo trap. Shout out Lil Peep. But yeah, it's one of those two. Rarely do I ever listen to just pure emo music. I grew up on the more extreme side of music. But yeah, so that's kind of really like all I have for it. Not much else than that. If the singer was good, I like his voice. You know, I thought the instrumentation was like solid. Even in Change of Reversible, even though I didn't like it, I still thought the instrumentation was solid. Um, so yeah, solid little project. Will I be coming back to it? Probably not. But I will keep this in mind though for when I'm just going on a drive with somebody I don't know, you know, or going somewhere like, so what? Okay, what can I play in the background that like isn't too wild or like their work? I think I'm like crazy or something like that. Like this is something I can play while we're taking a drive, you know. Like I can imagine driving California, like alongside a beach or something like that, coastal highway, and then just like kind of playing this music like while looking at the water and like the sun's out, you know. This is that type of music for me. So yeah, will I be listening to this on my own? Probably not, but I do think that yeah, I do think I'll probably play it again at some point though. Now with all that being said, another time I've listened to this album a few times now. I was super sure obviously you could listen to it a ton of times. The first time I listened to it, I didn't even realize I listened to it. I had to go back and listen to it like a few times. But so one of the times after I listened to this album, it linked me to another one of their songs. I believe it was Hello Euphoria. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's. Let me check real quick. Yes, Hello Euphoria. I like that song a lot. I actually liked it. Like I saved it to my Spotify, like songs or whatever. I really actually like that song Hello Euphoria. I don't know why. Something about the vibe it gets me. The instruments like it. I like that song. I kept going back to play that song a few times, even though it's not on this project. So just to say, like I like the band. The band's cool. Just that project, Humblest Pleasures, didn't do it for me. Holy Euphoria does make me want to check out some of the other music though, which I might do. I don't know what album that's. Wait, hold on. That's from the album Peripheral Vision. So I might check that album out next if I do check out another one of the albums. But yeah, so that's overall my summary of Humblest Pleasures by Turnover. Alright, y'all. Peace.